Anchor is no more. From Las Vegas, the latest from Podnews.net with Magellan AI.
You're already a creator. Now you can create, connect, and get paid for your passion with one single free tool. Spotify for podcasters. Talk where the world listens.
At the Spotify Stream On event in Los Angeles in California on Wednesday, Spotify made a number of announcements. Anchor, the free podcast host, is now called Spotify for Podcasters. The new podcast hosting service from Spotify includes automated ads, if you're in the US and you've been invited, and podcast subscriptions, if you're in 34 different markets. Spotify will now also allow any podcaster to use Q&A and polls wherever they're hosted. The company announced an expanded video podcasts lineup, a return of a Gotham City-themed podcast, and new exclusives including the comment section. Spotify revealed their latest interface on their app, a vertically scrolling way to discover new shows and music, including video clips. Spotify also unveiled autoplay for podcasts. When a podcast ends, another relevant episode that fits your taste will automatically play. Now, as I will reveal later on Thursday at Podcast Movement, Spotify has the lowest figure for per-person podcast consumption in the industry, and these automated plays will significantly change that. NPR has joined the Spotify Audience Network. Spotify is also partnering with Patreon. A video celebrating podcast creators includes Joe Rogan, saying how much he's enjoyed being on Spotify. The first promotion of Rogan for some time by the company. It could perhaps be read as a suggestion that he'll renew his contract later this year. And Spotify Hi-Fi, announced in February 2021, has still not been launched. In news that isn't Spotify, Podbean has announced a new invitation-only VIP platform for podcasters with larger audiences to connect them to the company's ad marketplace. And Substack has come under fire for not giving free 301 redirects for RSS feeds. The company, which offers free podcast hosting, deletes 301 redirects if you delete your account with them. In People News, Julie Adam has been named Executive Vice President and General Manager for Universal Music Canada. She had worked at Rogers for many years and was behind the acquisition of branded podcast company Pacific Content. And in podcast news, in Sound Judgment, the co-hosts from the Ambie award-winning Bone Valley go behind the scenes on how they made the show. Bone Valley won 2 Ambie awards here in Las Vegas on Monday. In France, Choses à Savoir now has 24 shows and is the most popular podcast network in France. The company's just launched Choses à Savoir Actu, a daily news podcast which covers all of the news of the day in just 7 minutes. And Mel's Electric Adventure is new from Tortoise Today. Mel Gedroich and journalist Giles Whittle discover the world of electric cars, discuss life, and wonder how it's going to be changed by the electric revolution. It's available everywhere today. This podcast is sponsored by Magellan AI. Is this thing on? Announcing Measurement by Magellan AI. Find out more at magellan.ai/measurement. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.